Hey everyone, this is just gonna be a quick warning. Trigger warning here. In this YouTube video, we're gonna be talking about grooming, rape, and all this stuff today in this video. So we have been warned. Play the intro. For this video today, the background gameplay is gonna be Titanfall 2. So yeah, what we're going to be talking about for this video today, this is going to be to talk about the Kwite situation, all the stuff that's been going around in the drama, not drama, but expose of Kwite. You pretty much know at this point who Kwite is. If you have not heard of Kwite, he has a channel of almost 2 million subscribers, and he's also a pretty well-known person in the commentary community, and everyone knows that the fact that now he has been exposed as a pedophile, or not pedophile, groomer, and a rapist. So let's get into the news and all that type of stuff. Alright, here we're going to be talking about the whole situation, and if you see this image on the screen, this is going to be Orion, aka Vriska's #1 defender, and this is the image that says, "I refuse to be silent any longer." Read here, and it shows a tweet longer, and it has the hashtag Kwite #KwiteFanArt. And we're gonna get into the next part of this, talking about the actual tweet longer itself. So let's get reading into the actual tweet longer. And also, before we even get to the tweet longer and all that, I'm just gonna say right out the door, this person is a he, if you want to know. And I've been hearing a lot of misgendering of this person while they're talking about the situation and all that. But let's get on to the tweet longer. Sorry if I'm rambling on for a little bit for this part, so let's get on to this. Alright, now let's get started with the tweet longer. Hello, I have never felt anything come out about this, and I have struggled this for years before writing this, and doubt this will be any close for years. After writing after I write this, that this will ever be released. But in the case of you reading this, I have come to the layout how it happened to me. I was R-worded by a man known as a YouTuber Kwite in February 2018. An extremely toxic friendship, on and off relationship since 2017. To start in the beginning, I found Kwite's channel when he's less than 500 subscribers, and as a teenager, I wanted to make art for him because he didn't use his face in his video. I thought it would make it easier time if I drew him. I recommended he wore sunglasses and a face mask instead of manually keying his face out of with the black box. There's essentially came up with this Sona and drew various sprites for him for free, and that he only used maybe once. We're around the same age, slowly began to take and bond over shared mental health issues at the time. I was undiagnosed with autism and BPD, which I was have diagnosed now, and thus unaware of how it would affect me coming relationship, and we had and how he would be most likely without knowing take advantage of me. What in the fuck did I just read there in the first few, the first, paragraphs or two? I did not know his whole Sona was created by this person. This is just insane what we're reading so far. Let's get on with the next paragraph of this. At first, we were extremely close in the ways that helped the both of us. He shared bits of his past and I shared mine. However, slowly, my status at art would lay me more YouTube circles than he would. He would slowly try to encourage me to let him join said spaces as a friend. Of course, I wanted to include as many as I could, but many various connections outside of me, the relationship grew transactional. When I wouldn't say a most stable person at the time, I was not actively unkind. I could not say the same for him. When my abandonment issues would arise, he would leave me ignored, and then when I have the worst of the time, he would swoop to save me, keep me under his thumb. He would yell at me or act passive aggressive toward me when me being my friend was inconvenient, but love bombed me when it was just he needed something from me. He would use memory issues against me to gaslight me about things he said. Would keep me most of the conversation he had on calls or a Skype because the messages would delete a certain number of times. He would actively talk about his new friends to me when he wanted to do something for him, and he took up a great amount of my time. I'm just gonna say right off the bat here, what in the fuck is even going on here? I'm not saying, oh, I'm confused by any means. I'm just so, like, I don't know how to explain it well, but this is just so fucked up. Even before all this stuff happened, like, even before the R word happened and all that, just this in general was already fucked up to begin with. Like, this is good. This video is going to be me uncensored. So, this is going to be my real thoughts and opinions of this whole entire thing. Let's keep continuing on. Eventually met up in real life a few times. I had transphobic parents, so I told my dead name to use only when my parents were talking to him. But knowing this information, he would use it the way to belittle me. The meeting was fine, but he had a rule: wasn't allowed to take any pictures of him. But he was allowed to take pictures of me after promising and begging him to take a few pictures that wouldn't and still haven't been posted for memories. He let me take a few before he left. The second meeting, however, was different. We planned to meet up while he was on vacation in my city. Then I would meet up in my car and we would go to the trampoline park and see Black Panther. This is where the worst of his behavior occurred. At the time, we both were on and off learning how to discuss that if we were both single at the time, we would take each other's virginity. However, when he came onto me in the backseat of my car, I started to get cold feet. However, he did not want to take no for an answer. What the fuck did I just read? Like, what in the absolute fuck? Like, I'm so sorry for Orion, or however you pronounce his name, but I feel so sorry for you. Like, I really do. I'm so sorry this happened to you, but let's just keep continuing on in the twit longer. In the backseat of my own car, he R-worded me. While I would tell him how it hurts, I didn't want to do this anymore. He kept telling me, this is what you wanted, as he went, but soon got bored and got out. I sat and had me buy popcorn, put the event out of my mind. Just two virgins having bad at sex, and hung out in him for the rest of the night. Still, as he was still one of my closest friends, I had a video of him to prove we were together at the time that I was able to post only for myself after begging him to take a picture as we were friends. A few months later, once he gathered quite a few subs and larger YouTube friends, did he start ghosting me more often. I was having a BPD episode, and it got to the point where he called me to cut it off. And if I called me Dyke, I think who's the thing that she's a boy, it'll never be. This extremely hurt me because I was spiraling more, almost needed to be institutionalized, but thankfully my social support system, I wasn't. And Orion, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I really do. I just feel so bad for you, but I hope you're doing better now, and I'm glad you're coming out with your story. Even though I'm not done reading your story, I feel so bad for you. I wish my condolences to you and everything else, and I just don't know what to say, and like, I don't understand what's going on here anymore. Like, some of these content creators are just out here doing this wrongful shit. I just don't know what to say no more about this. This is just so insane. I can't, like, fathom to process this right now. I feel so bad for you, Orion. I hope everything's going good right now for you. Let's continue on to the next one. Months passed, and when I tried to come out about my emotional abuse I suffered, I received harassment from his fans. I received calls to my house tell me to kill myself, further my poor mental health. Eventually, however, it sustained through a turn of events. I was able to set up a call to reconcile with him. In this call, he tried to gaslight me further, claiming that I led him on or worse, assaulted him instead. In front of a pretty mediator that thankfully knew better than to believe him in the call, he screamed at me through things, broke things, and tried to continue to gaslight me. However, thanks to Danny, Lord Bung, he calmed down and apologized for some of his behavior. However, I don't believe this was sincere. I'm truly sorry I stayed silent on this issue for years. I cannot keep silent. I have been scared I've been scared for myself and how the public will treat me. I'm too scared that now I'm the only victim to keep silent anymore. Anyone who may have been victimized, more encourage to DM me, and I hope you're doing okay. I know many of you will not believe me. I don't care anymore. For those who do, thank you for your ear. Hopefully you stay safe. TLDR, I was raped by Kwite, emotionally abused, dead named, called slurs, gaslit, and dishonest for 6 years. Okay, after reading all of that, just the humongous thing of text and everything else, I feel utterly bad for Orion, if I'm saying that name correctly. I don't know if I am, but talk to me in the comments, Orion, if you're in this when this video gets released. Talk to me in the comments if I'm saying your name or saying your name right or wrong or something like that. But yeah, I feel so utterly bad. There's also more information about this entirely as well. So yeah, let's get into that information as well. But before we do, I feel so bad for them. I hope they get some sort of justice in a way. Hopefully they can. I don't know if they can anymore, but hopefully they will. Let's get on with the next part of this video. For this part of the video here, we're going to be explaining everything that just been going on, like some of the screenshots and some of the stuff that's been going on. This is going to be some of the screenshots you see from a completely different document that's made called the Kwite Accusation Breakdown. I'm going to be having a link to this Google Doc in the description of this video, but I'm going to be showing some of these of the 30 pages. Yes, you heard me right. 30 pages of stuff here. This is relating to other people as well in here, not just Kwite. It related to other people that Kwite is associated of, and many other stuff that's going on as well. So I'm going to be showing a little bit of the stuff that's in this Google Doc. If you want the rest of the information, you could go look at the Google Doc yourself, and the link in the description of this video. If this video gets released, I'm going to have a link to all of this stuff here to Orion's account and many people I talk about in this video in the description. I'm also going to be linking some of the mods burner accounts in the description too. I'm going to be linking everything in the description. Also, in the doc, it has descriptions. If you go scroll all the way down of the doc, you can literally see all the accounts that have been associated with this. Not like Kwite, but like victims and stuff relating to others. Like there's other stuff as well. Like sorry if I'm seem like I'm rambling, but there's also accounts of like one of them by the code name for this account, Lotus, the one I'm personally going to talk to and hopefully going to interview in this video. But there's also other ones as well, like the Lotus's account, and I want to interview as well in this video. I'll maybe make a part 2 of making an interview of one of those two, of saying also what goes down. If you see like a part 2 or in this video later on, then that means I have successfully made an interview with either of those two. So yeah, I'm going to be showing you some of the screenshots right now. You'll see in just a moment here. See when I'm going to talk about this. of what you just saw, and those pictures there are the stuff that's been talking about for like Orion's side and many stuff relating to that. I'm also going to be showing the Discord messages from the server of like the mods and all that. I don't think the mods are really bad because I have personally talked to one of the mods. Not like an actual voice call for the mods, but I personally talked to one on Twitter, the one that's named Lotus, the one I've talked to. They're just doing their job for Discord mods, and that I'll explain that in the next part for this next segment of the video. But those screenshots you saw were from Orion, and also relating to stuff, the Kwite stuff. And yes, if you saw it, that is Kwite's face. It has also been confirmed that is his face as well. So yeah, let's get on to the next part of the screenshots. What that part was just explaining was talking about of how Orion could not like try to go pay for the court anyways, even though like it's past the date of statute of limitations and also stuff like that. But this is just me showing you a little bit of that, and also talk about their PTSD and BPD as well, and also that. So let's get on with the next segment of this video as well. What that part was right there is supposedly people are saying the mods are trying to like silence them. I can understand why they think they're silenced, but it's just how Discord teams work. Like in some servers is like I guess you could say silence, but the reason like the mods weren't doing it just because they were just told because of the owner of the server, AK Kwite, and I have talked to personally one of the mods before named Lotus that hopefully I could get an interview with as well. So, yeah. But, they're just trying to do their job as Discord mods to, like, try to shut the stuff down. But they weren't trying to, do this and try to paint a negative light on themselves. And some of these people have received death threats before. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about this, but I feel bad for everyone that's involved in this, the Discord mods, the victim, but I do not feel bad for is Kwite. And I hope he rots in the darkest pits of hell imaginable. Let's continue on to more segments of this video, so yeah. Alright, the person that you see on the screen right now is named Lotus on Twitter, and I'm also going to be showing some of the stuff they have as well, though, for this whole stuff that's been going on, this whole controversy. So yeah, let's get into this. From those screenshots, as you see, like, Lotus and many of the other mods have been receiving death threats, like, and all that stuff. And I also feel bad for Lotus as well that's been through this as well. My condolences goes out to anyone that's been affected by this. The mods, victims, everyone else, and stuff like that. I'm really sorry for what happened to you. And everyone else that's been affected by this in the slightest. And I used to be a Kwite fan myself. I loved his content. I liked watching his videos. I watched him for his FNAF content. I watched him for any of his like other content, like mainly his commentary content. But I feel really bad for I feel bad for many of the people that have been affected by this whole situation. So yeah, I don't know what to say. So yeah. Alright, these next few screenshots that you're gonna see as well, this one is gonna be showing some of the death threats that some of the mods have been getting as well from all this situation. So yeah, let me show the screenshots and then talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, as you saw right there in those screenshots, those are some of the death threats that they've been getting, or just threats in general that the mod team has been getting for the Kwite mod team, and I feel really bad for the mods. I'm not saying you're defending people um that have affiliation with him. No, I'm not defending Kwite's actions by any means. I'm just saying I feel bad for the mods because they're being told many other things by Kwite to say, like, shut up about it and wait for his response. And also, like, the mods do not deserve the treatment that they're getting by Kwite or the fan base, or just in general. The mods do not deserve this. They're not even getting paid. They're not even getting paid for this entirely. They're not even getting a single damn penny for this or anything. Most of this is all volunteer work they're doing. But yeah, I feel really bad for anyone that's in this situation. I feel really bad. I just don't know what to do no more. I feel really bad. All I could do right now is talk about it, get the story more heard. Even though I don't have that big of a platform, I am trying my best to get this stuff out there. So yeah, I don't know what to say anymore about this. So yeah. Alright, so update about the interview stuff. This is a present me right now. The ones you've been hearing, it's technically past me from earlier this morning, but that does not matter. The point is, Lotus is not gonna do the interview right now. So when this stuff all dies down, I'm gonna be doing a part 2 to this, which is me interviewing Lotus, aka the moderator in Kwite's Discord server, in the Kwite Discord server. So yeah. So I don't know what to say, but hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Make sure to like and sub, turn on notifications. See y'all later. Peace. Bitch, I'm not feel like I walk on water. I'm talking your bitch that he like I'm a toilet. Walk with your block, gonna fuck her about. Boy, out with his head, we play soccer. I see when I walk around, I like a toilet.